that was another beat from the show. Yeah, I heard that. You still Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, I didn't know it. Where was that you did that show? That's Fox Rock. They do this on their forum. Yeah, I didn't know that was another beat. Shabbat Shalom. You continue on with us this morning, bro. Time and shout like the legs on the midget. You all about the green like the head on the lizard. See, one had a dream, but you shy go deliver. And he done rule the world, but the crown ain't gon' give up. I say I don't play that. He say, she say, who say, blase, blase. You can miss me with that gossip. You sound like a busybody. I say, I'm just trying to edify the body. I say, you can't walk this walk alone, get with the body. Yeah, Shawty said that she modest. Papa said that she hottie. She got her hair wrapped, got her nails done, but you still exposing your body. Stop it. The Bible is living proof. Cause some people just hate the truth. They hate it on Christ too. Maybe they gon' hate you. I'm saying though, why you trapping out the band though? You don't see how they killing us, but you only worry about bands though. What you gon' get What you gon' get you a Lambo? What you gon' do when you dead and Thomas? You gon' see how far them bands go. Yeah. You gon' see how far them bands go. Bands go. Woe to you and your judgment. And woe just simply means destruction. Whoa. Shabbat Shalom, Facebook fam. We'd like to welcome each and every one of you to week 33 of the awakening of the so-called black man, the so-called African-American man that's in this country. We're from the tribe of Judah, for the nation of Israel. We'd like to give honor and praise this morning to Hashem Yeshaya, Robert Walk. And for all those who are not familiar with the Hebrew, that is all praises to the Most High, in the name of Christ, as well as the Holy Spirit. As we said before, we'd like to welcome each and every one of you to week 33 of the awakening of the so-called black man, of the so-called African-American man that is in this country. We hope and pray that each and every one of you are having a blessed Sabbath today. Pray and hope that you had a wonderful week with the Most High and with your family. Pray that all is well in your household this morning. We have a very exciting message this morning. One that I believe is so timely. One that I believe is going to shake the foundation of the people today with eyes to see and ears to hear. Today's lesson is entitled The Blueprint of a Healthy Relationship. The Blueprint of a Healthy Relationship. Now, when most people hear that, immediately I'm pretty sure most of you are going to think about between a man and a woman. Someone who's married, someone who boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. So we're going to come here and talk about men from Mars and then women from Venus, right? I'm pretty sure many of you, when you hear that title, that's what you think. Now, what are we talking about today? We're talking about our relationship, the individual relationship with the Most High God. Now, what sparked this lesson today is just conversation throughout life, but more so in the past few weeks, as we begin to have more and more conversation with our people about waking them up to who they are. You know, a lot of people always say the term of, we were talking about telling them that they're Israel, and we talked about this for weeks ago, so we're not going to harp on that with people saying that it doesn't matter. So we got the lesson called Israelite Lives Matter. So if you ain't had an opportunity to check that out, make sure you check that out. Israelite Lives Matter. And we went through the scripture. It shows you so many times, precept after precept. And trust me, we did not even cover half of the precepts. But the Most High would insist it to us and showed us in depth how much we matter to Him and to the world and to the Gentiles. But the second thing that you hear many times is, you can't tell me about my relationship with God. And I believe that many of the people, not all the people, but many of the people who are making this statement, they make this statement because in their heart they would really believe that what they're saying is true. Because the way Christianity teaches and with the grace message is that, everybody, you got your own thing when you come to God, and he deals with you this way and he deals with someone else this way. And in essence, that is true. It's kind of like, right, like parents who have multiple children, right? Even though the same discipline, the same respect, the same responsibilities and expectations. Good morning, Jacoby. Good seeing you on with this morning. Even though the same expectations and respect and expectations is on them, each parent has an individual relationship with each one of the children. Now, we're not talking about these ones who have favorites. We're not talking about that nonsense. But I'm talking about, for the most part, like with us in my family, it's 5 of us, 4 boys, 1 girl. Of course, the relationship with my father and my mother is going to be different with the sister versus with the boys. Me being the oldest, my youngest brother Willis, he being the youngest. So that's going to be a different aspect, a different perspective from the relationship. But pretty much the same thing is expected across the board. So, of course, when it comes to the Most High, we're going to have our own thing. He's going to talk to us in the way that we understand. He's going to deal with us and correct us in the way that gets the best results. But when it comes to how we're supposed to reciprocate the things to him, that's only one defined way. And that is the Holy Scriptures that we have, the Old and the New Testament. But because of Christianity and this grace message that is going out, people are always making the statements like, well, the Most High, well, God knows my heart. Jesus loved everybody, and he not going to judge me. He not going to see past my faults. And listen, that's how you get salvation. But that is not how you get prosperity. That is not how you get the blessing. That is not how you get your healing and your deliverance. Many people, because of the messages that are going out in the churches, are stagnated for their entire lives. And they believe that is the Most High's will. So today we're going to parallel this relationship with the individual with the Most High. We have to realize that the Most High sees this as a marriage. And we're going to break down some scriptures to show you how the Most High relates us to be the bride and how Christ is the bridegroom. How in the Old Testament the Most High was the husband and Israel was the bride. But whereas we come into the New Testament up under this new covenant, Israel now is the bride, of course, remains the bride, but Christ is the bridegroom. Now, just to get a foundation of what we need you to understand what we're talking about here, Jay, I want you to read here the definition of legalism, because the reason why we're going to start here with that is, once again, because of this grace thing that the churches are preaching. When people come and actually tell people to follow the Bible, right, you get labeled as a legalist. So what is the secular definition for legalism?
Legalism, excessive adherence to law or formula.
So that means when you're being called a legalist, you have an excessive adherence to the law or the formula. Now that's from a secular perspective, from somebody who is promoting the laws of the land. But from a theological perspective, what will be the definition of legalism?
Dependence on moral law rather than on personal religious faith.
Now, you see the difference between that? Read that for me again.
Dependence on moral law rather than on personal religious faith.
Dependence on moral law rather than on personal religious faith. Because what happens is, if I'm a person who's going to depend on what the Most High said in His Word, then what's going to happen is, now I know I'm going to be straight versus, listen, man, this is my personal thing with Jesus. Okay? When the Most High has clearly defined in His Word what He expects and demands from us. But because we're putting things in our own perspective and writing our own thing, coming up with our own version of who the Most High is, this is why our people are stagnated. But more importantly, why our people are stagnated is because they believe that they're black and they believe that they're African American. And because as long as you believe that you're black and you believe that you're an African American, you will continue to define your relationship with the Most High based on being a Gentile. But you're not a Gentile. You're not a black. You're not African American. You're from the tribe of Judah, from the nation of Israel. And the Most High has a different standard for his people. We failed because we didn't meet the standard. And the only way we're going to get back in the proper place with the Most High God is that we meet that standard. So today's lesson is entitled Blueprint of a Healthy Relationship. We're going to go ahead and take that off. Push that down. Just go ahead and take it off the Wi-Fi. We're just going to go straight in. Gotta go turn it up. Scroll it back up. Then scroll up. Yeah. All right, fam. Sorry about that interruption. Now, like I said, today, for those who just joined us right now, today's lesson is entitled Blueprint of a Healthy Relationship. Now, go with us to Proverbs, the 6th chapter. Good morning, Pastor Brandon, man. Good seeing you on with us this morning, man. Always good to see you, man. We're going to go to Proverbs, the 16th chapter. Let's wait for our other link to reconnect. Just give us 1 second with us, fam. Just hold off with us 1 second here.